Good evening, everyone. I thought I'd just do a quick review on the Uss Discovery since there's a lot of interest in the ship at this point in time. Let me start by saying that these are just my views and perspectives on the ship based on what is currently known about it and the Discovery Arc events that have happened so far. So to cut long story short, for those of you who don't have time, in 30 seconds, should you get it? Well, in short, maybe. Should you pay for it? Definitely no. Let's take things in a bit of context for now. In the ideal universe, the USS Discovery, originally intended to be a Starfleet science vessel, but because of its spore drive capabilities, has become known for one thing: ninja raids and quick responses. Let me give you an illustration of one well-known and actually quite exciting use for the ship.
Attacked by 6 Klingon vessels. Any Starfleet ship in range, please respond.
This is the USS Discovery. We got your back.
Klingon vessels locking weapons on us, sir. Denver, basic pattern beta 9.
Acknowledged.
Mr. Reese, could I trouble you to fire at something? Aye, sir. Reese, I see them, Captain.
Right, I don't want to play the entire video for you can watch it for yourself. Although there are some problems with CBS's interpretation of the Discovery. First of all, the Discovery is a science vessel, and most science vessels are not going to be very well armed. So to go against Klingon destroyers, even in the rehashed timelines interpretation of them, and other Klingon ships on its own, I mean, it's certainly not going to do much of a dent. But anyway, that aside, assuming the Discovery is a fully fledged warship and is effective, then you can assume that the ability to jump instantly to places allows it to be a very effective quick response ship and a very effective ship for doing ninja raids. But there's always a but. This is Scopeless interpretation of it. Let me just call this up for a moment and play. Well, let me just give credit where credit is due. This is a beautiful ship. I think like all Federation ships, I think they are they're known for their grace. Although I must say here that Scopeless interpretation of the Discovery seems a little more elongated than the screen version. But here she is. And you might have noticed that I have actually sort of like intended to do a review on the ship much earlier. But because I quickly realized that the ship was broken and that the event arc was actually also not working as intended, I'm going to use this old clip as a B-roll instead. And of course, I will do this is a different new voiceover, complete with new on-screen keying with a chroma keying. So basically, I can actually just fit into the background, which I can demonstrate a bit later. Anyway, let me not digress. So I had paid for the Discovery. I am quite open about this, and I do it because I'm a ship collector, and I'm a fan of Star Trek all the way until Voyager and DS9. Although I must say here at this point in time that I'm not a fan of the reboot. It's way too dark for what Trek is supposed to represent. But yeah, it is what it is. So anyway, so you saw how the Discovery was effective as a quick response ship. Although I must say that in that particular clip, it did not succeed in saving its counterpart, the USS Gagarin. Well, not the counterpart, but the other Federation ship, the USS Gagarin. Here's the thing. Another YouTuber had pointed out, I believe it was either Rev or No One Shall, pointed out that the Discovery had attack value is half of that of the Vaklas at the similar tier. So this is a ship, while it has decent defense and health at its level, it is certainly doing too little damage for what it is. So there is no way a Discovery, even at top tier, is going to be effective against the players on our server. Most of the players on our server, most of you folks here are actually at your 30s. You'll be using ships like T3 ship, G3 epic ships like the Augur, the Enterprise, and the D4, and the Discovery is not going to stand a chance. You're going to just virtually instant warp the system, act like a Rialta, and just at the most be a nuisance to these epic ships. So how then does the Discovery fare as an event ship? Well, based on our understanding of the events, let me just jump the B-roll to another point. But based on our understanding of the events last night, where essentially you had systems that randomly pop up that come into play, I would say, for the event where you have to either destroy a prerequisite amount of hostiles or mine a certain amount of mycelium spores within a very short span of 7 minutes. So for most ships, unless you're already there, unless you park like 5 ships in, like at the 10 or so random systems that the event can take place in, you're not going to be able to get there in time. This is where the Discovery's spore drive comes in really, really handy. Unfortunately, as I had pointed out in my earlier video, it is not working. So never mind that. So you see in this screenshot here, the button for where I'm supposed to click on the instant spore drive, spore jump option is actually not present. I had updated my app and it is there, but it is still not working, as I demonstrated in another video that I posted earlier. But anyway, so here's the thing. I thought it was like a really good idea to send a Discovery against the alien hostiles that have appeared in these new systems. While my ship's getting there, let me just point out something. Even with Stamets, the Discovery is not a very fast warp ship. You compare the warp speeds and range of the Kelvin, that of the Vador, it's no faster. In fact, it's actually slower than them. I mean, I'm not sure how it's going to be like at T9, but certainly I don't expect a drastic improvement. So this ship is not going to get to your event systems any faster than the other ships that you may have. It doesn't have to be the G4 ships. It can also be your G3 epics or your other G3 ships. But basically, you're not going to get there in time. So the problem is with the Discovery, even if you do get there in time, let's just speed things up a little bit. This is what happens. So here I am thinking that my brand new T2 Discovery can take on a level 29 unknown alien, but I'm wrong. I have to say that I've used the wrong crew. I was using Pike, Moru, and Chen. I subsequently changed that to Pike, Moru, and Tilan. So with Pike, Moru, and Tilan, I am able to get 1.5 level 29s per trip. This is not viable. I mean, I'm going to have to spend my mycelium spores just to get there instantly. And to be able to do 1.5 or maybe at tier 3 now, maybe 2 ships per trip, it's just not viable to run the event. You're still going to lose. You're still not going to make it. And you still have to spend hours waiting for the next cycle of events to happen. So, it's not great as an event ship. How about the Discovery as a miner? If you haven't already noticed, the ship's key ability is that of it's got a boost to mining speeds. This is my Discovery at T3 now, mining a mycelium spore. It does 31,250 units per hour. And let's take a look at the same node being mined by my Votavor, 51,250 units per hour, and my Votavor is at T6. And let's just have a look at the same node being mined by my T4 Hydra. That's 23,125. So, TLDR, you can actually use any miner to get the same amount of speeds. Some of you have said that you've got good results in the North Star. Why not Horizon? Why not? So essentially, there is no real advantage with using a Discovery to mine mycelium spores. Sure, I think I had checked out with Elcras and found that the T9 Discovery gets a 4,260% boost in its mining rate. great, you know. But at 600 or 800 units per spore node, you're going to finish the node in what, 5-6 seconds? Do you guys remember how data is mined these days with the Botany Bay? Well, unless you are a big fan of active mining, this is not a fun thing to do. So, what is the verdict? Well, I would say for those of you who have, for those of you who are going to grind the Discovery, by all means go ahead. I do not recommend paying for it. Wait for it, finish all the stuff to get to your battle pass, and let's see how it goes. Maybe Scopely will change some of the stats of the ship a little. Maybe the events will be changed in such a way that will be useful. But right now, it is certainly not a strong recommendation. So anyway, that's all for now. I'm Starus. As usual, I welcome comments and feedback below or on the Alliance Discord page. In the meantime, stay safe out there. Starus out.